I'm going to log in. Great. And just as before, where we saw Evelyn, or we saw Amanda's information up here, this time we see Sam. So this is Sam's view into the group. You'll notice that he does not have access to any other group at this point in time because he is not an administrator of any other group, and so therefore, or a member of any other group. So therefore, he doesn't have the rights to be able to go into any other part of the Budex client Clinked instance. But he does have the ability to be able to look at members. He also has the ability to be able to change members. As you can see here, he could change Evelyn if he wanted to. He can also remove members as well. He also has access to the trash area. So this is a component, if anything has been deleted, it could be either permanently deleted or restored from here. And in addition, as an account admin, he has the rights to be able to go into the setting area, or sorry, as a group admin, he has the rights to be able to come into settings to be able to change any of the group settings. So as mentioned before, that includes the names, the URL. He also has the right to be able to change this to be a restricted group, which means that no other member will be able to see each other within the group, and everything will be read-only to any member of the organization. Also, he has the rights to be able to change any of the group tools. So you can see here, this group does not use events because that wasn't something that was important to the client. In addition, they would be able to do notification settings, and there's some other advanced settings within here too. But we'll come back out of that. So what we've been talking about now are permissions. Permissions, as I mentioned before, are really specific to files and folders. So we're just going to navigate to the Files section. And as Hannah mentioned, there you can see the padlock that's here. So we're going to use Fund 1 as our example. Now, if I go into the padlock, Amanda's already gone through and made this so that it is actually can be shared with group members, and those group members are able to view, download, and share. Now, let's say that I actually want to change that. I can actually come here and say, you know what, I don't want them to download or share it, I just want them to view it. So I'm going to say update. Now, a good thing about being able to do that is if there are folders and files underneath that folder, they will actually take the permissions that are set from that parent folder. So Fund 1 is the parent folder. All other folders would be considered children folders or children files. So let's see what that looks like. In this case, we've got a side letter folder and we have 2 documents. If we go into the permission section, you can see permissions have been enabled because the padlock is highlighted. And if I come in here, it's just to view. If I wanted to actually change that, I could. So I could actually say, you know what, I want it to be viewed, but I only want to have a certain person be able to actually access this. This is where I could say, you know, the only person who I need to be able to see that is Francisco. And I'm going to say change. It's going to update, and it's going to say to that one person. And then I can actually give additional rights to this and just say, I only want him to be able to view the side letters. And I'm just going to update that. If I logged in as Evelyn, Evelyn wouldn't see this. Francisco, though, would, and Sam will see it as well as a group admin. Now, if I wanted to say do the private placement memorandum and have a look at that, let's actually just navigate back real quick. You can see, though, if this still contains the same rights as what was set up before by the parent folder of the Fund 1. Now, one of the other things I wanted to be able to go over with all of you today was guest permissions. So if I say wanted to send this file to someone, and in this use case, I'll actually just use myself. And if I wanted to actually share this with someone, what I can do is I can navigate into the file itself. I can come in and I can actually go shared with if this is something that's activated within your Clinked account, and you can go to share. Now, when I come to share, I can actually type in the email address for the person. This is, mind you, a sharing with guests. So guests themselves are not members of Clinked. If they were members of Clinked, you could just comment to them. You could make sure that it's shared with them specifically, and then they get notifications for it based upon their permissions. However, in this case, I know I'm not actually set up as a member, so I'm just going to send this to myself. I'm going to say, hi, Sarah. Please review for your comments. Thanks. Now this email will be sent as an email with a link to be able to access this file. I can also set up a few different notifications. So if I knew this document was going to continuously be updated over time and I wanted Sarah to have access to it, I could actually click to notify that person via email if the content has been updated at all. I can also set security settings. So if I want to set an expiration date, which is something that we recommend doing, you can actually set that. So say I wanted to do it for today and I wanted to do it for, let's just say 9 p.m. UK time. So this is BST, and this will always be dependent upon your geographic location where you're logging in. Then I can do that. I can also then require a password if I want to, and then I'm just going to hit share. Now, I'm just going to show you what this would look like for a guest. So while I do that, mind you, we've been in here as Sam. However, we're going to actually log in as me. So we're gonna be able to come here and open a new tab. The other things you can do here, just for your awareness, is you can actually copy this link and be able to send it back to them if you want to. You can edit the link as well. So let's say, you know what, actually, I know she's not going to be able to look at it by 7 o'clock tonight. Instead, I just want to change it to 8, and I'm just going to say update. I could resend if I wanted to, or I can always delete it as well. So that's a great way for you if you want to just make sure that nothing is going to be open to anybody. You could do that. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to open this in a new tab so you can see what it looks like from a guest view. So as you can see here, it's still branded with BudX clients. It has the name of the document itself, and then it's also got the document as well. In here, if I wanted to, and I could say, hey, Sam, had a review, can we set up a call? I can do that, and I can post my comments. And now that will be there, and Sam will get a notification as well as any other group member who's supposed to receive those notifications. Other things that they can see in here too are versions. So say there were multiple versions that were in here and they had been uploaded by someone else, they would show on here, and I could always download to be able to review the multiple versions. It's really helpful in a law use case if you want to be able to look at multiple versions of a single document. In this case, you know, we're looking at an investment management firm, and it is actually around the structuring of a fund. So similarly, it is legal documentation. In addition, you could have activated the approval section too. So that would be the view. You can see they can't access anything else. Even if they click on the BudX clients, it is going to come and say, you need to be able to register here. So I'm going to actually close out of this. I'm going to log back in as Sam. Oops. Oh, sorry. Let me just change the URL and just go straight back to BudX. There we go. So the reason why that was not working is because it was, if you looked at the end of the hyperlink, it said it was shared. So it was actually expecting it to be my account that I had been logging in with, which was my personal email address. So now you can see we're back to Sam. And if we go to the files area and we go to that specific file, you'll be able to see that note that I left there.